So yeah, this, which is going to be a bit complicated. So I know that a lot of people don't like this, and that is one thing I do know. I do know this isn't particularly, sorry, I can hear it a bit, so I'm sorry if you can hear buzzing noise. Someone's working on the house with the gardening, so that's a buzz thing. Yes, proper, good Henry, you have named the thing the buzz thingy. Everyone knows the buzz thingy. But one of the things which is, lost my teeth there, happening is the fact that when this is coming out, one of the things this was part of the original DC thing. And a bit of background, not spoilers, but the one thing I know a bit about Black Adam, not too much, I am going to in a bit review on here, have some comic books review that I have bought, but it's been more, oh look, going to the airport, you go, I don't know if it's just me, but it was one of those things where it's like, you go to the airport, you buy a lunch for like a packet of crisps, a sandwich and a drink for a thing, and maybe you get like a nice sweet that you share with someone else, maybe your sibling, and then you go on your airplane if you have holidays. I know at this point a lot of people can't because the economy is not great. That's not the point. I'm not going to have it down. So most of the comics were me looking there, getting something, or finding stuff again on TikTok. I think I talked about something else. I also have a couple of independent ones where I went to sort of conventions and I bought this. And I will talk about this eventually because this is cool. I'm an independent person, but it's still cool. Besides the point. So I do know about the thing about Shazam because I've done a bit of research. Again, I think it's by like Comic Sans and a couple of people like the Red Panda who's talked a bit more about this, where Shazam was the sort of hero and Black Adam was sort of like the villain that usually would fight him. I also know a bit about Black Adam because I've seen obviously the iconic Injustice where he's in it. And the one thing which this has at the end is interesting. I can't actually talk about that, but the one thing I was about to put a best friend. Anyway, the one thing I do know which is highly in this movie which I like is there's a couple of superheroes. There's some that I know roughly. So out of the 5, that are the major named ones, because the villain with the crown, I don't know much about it because again, I don't read much about comics. But the ones I do know is I do recognize, I don't remember who was it, but so the person who was like the person who grew, I knew him roughly. I've seen him before, but I don't know much about his abilities. But he looked cool and it was fun. The other person with, again, I'm bad with names, besides 3 people. One's obvious because it's the name. Who had the coolest ability of like that. Haven't heard of her. Don't know much about her. The 3, Black Adam, I didn't know too much about besides Injustice, which is an alternate world, not the main DC comic world. But I did like it. I do love it. There's that. So I was interested because I thought, I also legitimately, when I first was thinking like, oh yeah, maybe I could watch it. Afterwards I'm like, oh, maybe I should watch it because everyone's been saying it's really bad. I don't know why. I am naming a couple of people, but all these people are bigger than me, so you probably have already heard about it. Like Straw Hat Goofy was like, oh, I don't watch things and review things that I don't like. It depends with me. If a lot of people say, it's really bad, I'm like, I'm really interested. So this is more me talking about my interest in some comics, which isn't a lot. There's better people about that. The other thing which is interesting is the 2 people who I did like, and I did like their sort of stories. One, which is Hawkman. Hawkeye Hawkman? I don't know the exact name. He was cool. I thought he was like one of the most interesting sort of like characters. I don't know how many people are going to be from this into the new James Gunn, because some people are, I think, staying, some people aren't. That'll be interesting, because obviously, and this is something that I will be talking about soon, there's Hot Gun. And I do know about the whole cast, them coming together, and that's interesting, and I find that fun. The history, I think, is... I've heard a bit about history, I'm like, huh, that is odd. But yeah. The other one I like is Dr. Fate. And that is one of the reasons why eventually I did want to watch the movie, because the idea of Dr. Fate is one of my favorite characters. And when they showed all of his stuff, including him doing... Because I think I did hear something about it, but I think I misheard it. I heard the Fate was like, he was supposed to die. But I think I forgot about it. Because it was like, yeah, he was always supposed to die. There was the thing of it, and then I forgot about it, because I'm a dumb person. So originally I thought he was going to die, for some reason. Well, he did die. And then I forgot about that. And then this whole thing about Hawk, and then like, I like how they put it like, I saw something, and then it's like, I saw how to undo it. And then he did that. I would like, I don't know if he's going to do it or what we're going to do, but I would definitely love another Dr. Fate. That would be so cool. That's one of the things, like, I would love to have. I know it, like, takes away your personality, takes away everything, but that power looks cool and looks interesting, but yeah. So, roughly in conclusion, do I think this is good? It's fine. And when I say people had a bad opinion, that's a bit misleading, to be fair, fully. It's more specifically, people found this just fine and just found this boring. And to be fair, I'm with that. There's a lot of it which is, and then this happens. But I will want to admit that one, 3 fights I loved. Actually, all the fights I loved. The growing, the showing the powers. Definitely when they're like, and here's multiple of me. I'm everywhere. That is cool. That is fun. But yeah. That's sort of it. Also, yes, I know this is one day old. This was meant to be yesterday. Sort of stuff. So yeah. Whoopsie! I know, technically, I think usually it does actually have one day, but this was meant to be for yesterday. So yeah. And now, while I just put, because I forgot to write 8:18, which is the timestamp that I got. I know sometimes it's a bit off. I'm not perfect. But anyway, F1's next. And a couple of things. One, this way of me standing is because I have a thing behind me, which is basically my window. This is the blind. That means it will look in this. I have it roughly below my waist, slightly around my hair, to my chest standing. But for Thursday, so this is Tuesday. It's not going to affect tomorrow, but it's going to affect Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe. Because if not, I might do it at home and I might be back here. So 2 days, Thursday and Friday, 2 reviews, will all make me free. If it's a little bit late and there's some time in the middle of the day, there might be a bit of a difference. And on YouTube, you might not see the timestamps because I'm going to save them because I don't know how to upload it on my phone. But they are going to come definitely on the Saturday. Same with the Cuphead, the clip things, whereas I go to this video, Saturday. So sorry about that. F1's tomorrow, or technically today. I had a lot on, sorry. But I hope you enjoy, I hope you like this video, and sorry for the inconvenience. And yeah. Good night. Da 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 da.